How's it going, my truant people? DrSlaking, the Slacking Doctor, back with the Week 2 game for your Bowland Bovines in the UBL. And this week we are taking on OPJellicent and his Toronto Leaf Storms. This might be the second intro of the video. I did record like a short team builder that was too long, so I might not include it, I might include it, I don't know. If I did include it, that transition was awful. But I just, we've been back and forth trying to figure out how to get this timer working, how to get everything going. I think we're about there. We're just trying to find each other right now. And once we find each other, I think it's just all systems go. Like, I think the timer starts running immediately, and I'm scared. So I started recording because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm scared. I have my phone, which I'm going to be calcing on. So I apologise to OPJellicent if he's watching, if he messages me at all on Discord during this. That was what I've been using. I'm using my phone for Discord, but I'm going to have to use that for calcs because my computer, you may notice during this, may lag at times. And also, if I did include the team builder, you will probably notice a drop-off in quality between the battle video footage and the team builder footage, because basically my computer keeps freezing up, lagging, losing quality, so I had to lower the quality output on the Elgato and OBS and all that stuff to make sure that we could get a smooth recording going. Otherwise, we would just have no recording. In fact, my OBS won't even say footage if I don't lower the output at the minute. So we're not actually finding each other. This is very worrying. If I didn't include the team builder bit, week 1 probably hasn't gone up yet. Almost certainly won't have gone up yet. I don't know what's happening with week 1. I'm about to go on holiday later this week as of the time of recording this, in a couple of days. So I'm playing my week 2 and my week 3 by Wednesday of week 2. So I'm playing them super early. My week 1 opponent dropped the league literally as we were like this. Like, we were getting, like, I was all set up, ready to try and connect to him. We're going to have to try and reconnect. Have to try and reconnect, which sucks, but yeah, and as we were sat here waiting to, as I was sat here that day waiting to battle, my opponent dropped the league, just messaged me saying, so I'm guessing he will be replaced, presumably, but the chances of me being able to play my week 1 opponent before week 4, and even then, like, it's going to be tough because I should be starting a new, hopefully, fingers crossed, got an interview tomorrow, starting a new full-time job as soon as I get back from my holiday, as well as having to battle Frosted for week 4, who is moving house, so we're having to schedule very difficultly, that's not the right word at all. We're having to schedule with some difficulty around her house moving and my holiday, getting home from it, etc., starting a full-time job, whatever else. So I don't know. Honestly, if I'm being completely transparent, I'm kind of hoping we get the forfeit for week 1 because my matchup was bananas. I was pretty confident I was going to win that game. I did do several mocks for it, beat my front office members in those mocks who are very good players, and we're trying to counter-team even the things that I had, that they knew I was bringing. The sets that I showed them tried to counter-team, and I was still, apart from when I was choking, winning those games. So, honestly, yeah, with all the time that I invested into that, the fact that I'm not going to have much time after, kind of hoping we get the forfeit win, because it's a bit of a feels bad when you're sat on Sunday night of the end of the week waiting to play and the guy just drops the league. But it's not his fault, obviously, it's just a difficult situation. I'm trying to, like, keep this commentary going. I just hope that my viewers are also Wolf Glick viewers and they enjoy long intros, because it looks like we're having a long intro right now. But yeah, so that was that whole situation. Yep. Sorry, I'm also trying to communicate with OPJellicent, who's one of the nicest guys in the community, really good guy. We've battled quite a few times. I've got a lot of time for him. Where he's just saying, you are definitely on UBL week 2, which is what I named the competition. Yep, we're definitely on that. You guys can see that in the top left corner there. Everything is set up. We're on the same network. We're on, like, the way you have to set this stuff up, man, it's crazy. But shout out to Auto for, like, helping people in the draft community, and I think Joey recorded the video with him, PokeAim, for, like, creating the kind of tutorial video that the draft league community is using, and for helping us all and the support that they've given, because Honestly, Wi-Fi draft leagues would have died without that, like 100%, and they might still, if we can't get this a little bit smoother. But the regular timer, if you want to see examples of the regular timer, go and check out Frosted. Her link in the description. She's on the coach in UBL. She was uploading a league. I don't remember what, but it would be like the first draft league she started uploading on Sword and Shield. Her games were ending like 6-6 at timer. It was ridiculous. The meta game just doesn't really work in that timer. So if it wasn't for this method, honestly, Wi-Fi draft leagues would have just died. Along with my channel, probably which probably died anyway, but even more so, because I don't even know what I would have uploaded if I would have done. Sorry, I'm staring, eyes glazed at my phone because it says OPJellicent is typing, and I'm very passive in these situations. I just kind of wait to do it. He's connected once, essentially. He's already played at AutoMatthic week 1. They connected, so in this situation, I feel like I am just the noob that knows nothing, and he is like the seasoned pro because he's done one game with Auto, who probably handled a lot of it because he's the one that knows how to do all this stuff. But still, I'm just sitting here very passively waiting for his advice. We can talk about the team, seeing as though let's not do the team builder. Let me not add the team builder. We've basically got like 2 heavy duty boots mons, which I'm not keen on. It's an Arcanine and a GOLISOGOD though, so you know it kind of works in this sense. The idea of the team is to wall break with Arcanine, GOLISOGOD, and Gigalith, and then try and sweep with an Excadrill or maybe the Arcanine under Tailwind from the Whimsicott, or Excadrill after a rapid spin speed boost. That's the general consensus of the team. I have no switch-ins to anything. I didn't get to test this team. I built it in 5 minutes last night, threw it together, sent it to mid. He genned it. Huge shout out to mid Pokemaster. He may be a cheater, but he's a very nice man who gens my team, so I appreciate him. And yeah, since then I haven't tested it or anything, so I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so shout out to mid. But yeah, I didn't get to test the team or anything, so it's probably not good. He did say, OPJellicent said that he had these problems with Auto as well. They tried different numbers, so it could just be something to do with that. It's a very, very confusing thing, this, especially to someone like me who is old and completely computer illiterate. I'm not good with technology at the best of times, let alone all this sophisticated stuff. But like I say, honestly, when I was going through like learning the method, how you do this and stuff, it kind of blows my mind the work that people in this community put in to sustain this like hobby of ours. Because I mean, I say hobby of ours, I guess for some YouTubers it's a career, and in which case, you know, people like Danny runs a WB, it would be a huge loss of earnings for him probably to have Wi-Fi draft leagues just completely die. I don't think Showdown draft leagues perform as well for channels like his. There are obviously some draft league specific content creators with smaller audiences, smaller niches that could survive on Showdown alone. I'm thinking of people like Gypsy King, like the guy Owen, he's very good. Those kind of people, and even on like a outside of draft league, you've got people like BKC that can just upload Showdown stuff, and I guess they have like a more hardcore following of competitive players who don't care visually what it looks like. But someone like A-Drive, who I think a lot of his support in the WB comes from people that love his other content and then want to support him in his other endeavors, would probably struggle if it wasn't for this. So yeah, it does amaze me the lengths people go to keep this stuff going, because if it was me, like, if this was up to me and they introduced this new timer that killed Wi-Fi draft leagues, that'd be it, they'd be dead. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I'd be clueless. I would have no power to change anything. So I appreciate the hard work that other people put in, really. You can't knock it, can you? You can't knock it, even if it doesn't work, apparently. You still can't knock it. You guys, if you haven't already, I don't even need to say this, because you guys can skip ahead if you want. You already have. If you're the type of person who wants to skip ahead, you've already skipped ahead. Should we have a chat? Should we have a chat about life? I'm going to Switzerland in a few days. Is that lagging? It looks like it's lagging. No, I look like a chicken. Going to Switzerland in 3 days. Going on Valentine's Day, which is not ideal, but it happens. I'm going down to London on Thursday. So I'm essentially going on Thursday, because on Thursday early, I'm going down to London, travelling down there, meeting up with Katie, going out for a nice French restaurant, going out for dinner. Can't afford it, but that's fine. I'll figure that out at a later date. Eating some good French food, which I'm very excited for. I'm a complete foodie, so very much looking forward to that. Then traveling back late Thursday night, trying to get as much sleep as I can, because I'm up early Friday morning to hop in the car with my dad and my brothers to then drive to Switzerland. For those of you that don't know, that's a pretty long drive. We're going to be leaving early, like, I don't know, maybe 8 o'clock Friday morning, driving down to Dover on the south coast, is it Dover? No, I think it's Folkestone, because I think we're going on the train. Going on the train under the channel. You guys probably don't care this much about this, but we're here, we're doing it, so fuck it. Going on the tunnel, then driving down through France, stopping off somewhere around, I think, like Dijon in south of France, roughly. My French geography's but stopping down there somewhere overnight, and then hopping in the car and driving the rest of the way. I really hoped I was going to get to drive this time, because I am now 25 years old, which usually makes insurance, I'm so old, makes insurance on driving abroad a lot easier and stuff like that when you're over 25, hire cars, all that kind of shenanigans. So I was hoping I would be able to drive this time, but I don't think my dad wants me driving his car. He seems to think that, oh, I'm going to crash it into some Frenchman. If I did, it would be intentional. Redeclare war on the French. It'd be fine. Steal their food. It'd be fantastic. But so he's going to be driving the whole way, I think. I'm pretty sure he's going to be driving like 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours on the Friday. Then we're up early on the Saturday to drive from the south of France into Switzerland, through Switzerland, up the mountains to the mountain that you see on the Toblerone packet. Yeah, so we're going to X out of this and try a whole new reconnection. So you guys are going to, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this, if I'm allowed to broadcast all of the kind of work that goes into this stuff. Oh, you're going to see my week 1 team. Goodness, I hope that I don't have to play my opponent week 1, otherwise I'll have to censor that, because he'll see my build, or she. Check current competition regulations, UBL week 2, your time, 10 minutes. No time limit. Max 5 times a day, number of battles, I probably could have set that higher, actually, to be fair, in case we had loads of DCs, I just didn't bother. Number of Pokemon 1 to 6, go ahead and quit the competition and unregister. I don't know what that means. I'm just going to send again. I don't exactly know what that means. I think I did quit the competition. You can send the regulars you created using local communication. Okay. Ready? Question mark? Question? Ready? Not ready. I'm not telling him. I'm ready. I'm telling him that, is he ready? I'm asking. I've said sending. I'm not actually sending. Shit. Now I am. Now I'm sending. Alright. You guys probably aren't getting anything from this. Maybe I won't even show all this. Maybe I'll just make it all face cam. You just have my face staring intently. Oh. See, we're sending. We're connecting to each other. You can send using... Alright. So we did that. Now what? Now I assume I go back. Right? I must go back. And do participate in a live competition. And then do... This is my thing. Battle in land mode. Right? Oh, we've got an oh wait a minute message. You get the code screen. I'm there. I'm already there. Look at this. Look at me, OPJellicent. I'm doing you proud. I'm already on the screen you want me on. Yep. He says, does it say battle in land mode? Yep. Oh dear, now my Discord's crashing. Battle in land mode. I've forgotten the code. What was the code? This is where we were doing like 15-1, 15-2, 17-1, 17-2, right? Believe so. He's saying, did it say it last time? I reckon it did. But I didn't check, to be honest. But I'm pretty sure it did. So maybe I'm not supposed to like back out and go to this. Last time I think it threw me out, but okay. I'm doing 1-5-1. Enter. Look at all these shenanigans. Look at what we do for you, you entitled viewers, expecting us to do this much work for you. Even though I have a tiny little channel, and all of you that are watching it are probably my friends who are just doing it as a favour to me. But nevertheless, look at the work we go through for your sakes. This is not at all a hobby that we enjoy doing. I think we're in. I don't remember registering my team. Oh, shit. I've put U2 in. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, shit. Oh, we're in. I reckon we're in. Where's his team? Check it. Oh, this is where my crop screws me up because I can't see. Alright, I'll write down his team. Shit. I'm not ready. I'm not prepared. Empoleon. I've got an envelope. I'm writing on an envelope. Braviary. How long have I got? I've seen so many people waste so much time at the screen that I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not timing out. It's not happening. Mamoswine. Shit, he brought it. Why wouldn't he bring it? It's very good against me. He didn't bring the Heliolisk or the Torkoal. That's interesting. And also kind of bad because I have Morning Sun on my fucking thing. What's his removal? He didn't bring Spin? Boy, we're getting up a Spike. Easy lead. Easy lead. We're getting up a Spike. He could have Defog on Braviary. Can't block it if he does. Alright, let me just have a think. So, Scarfers on this team. Inteleon, Hydreigon, Braviary. Likely Scarfers. Mamoswine. Scarf Mamoswine is pretty rough versus my draft, but not bad versus the team I've brought. Trick Room Hat shouldn't be able to sweep me. I've got Gigalith and shit. Yeah, Hydreigon doesn't get Defog anymore, so I reckon if he's got a Defogger, it's the Braviary, but that looks like his best Scarfer. Hydreigon would be an okay Scarfer here. I just don't feel like he'll do that. I don't feel like he'll run that. Hopefully the video quality isn't horrific for you guys. Oh, I didn't look at his trainer card. Shit. I spent ages doing my trainer card. We've got a kind of similar outfit. We both got the black hoodie. I nearly had on those polo shirts. I spent a long time looking at clothes before this. Alright, so. Man, I want to Will-O-Wisp this. But if he's Scarf, that's really loose. I can still get spikes up with Golisopod. He could be Sash Rock's lead. I value the Will-O-Wisp on this more than the Spike, so I'm just going to Wisp because this thing is the bane of my life, and it's very good against Excadrill as my win con, so getting this burn is excellent. There's no clear Heal Bell user on his team. He's not Scarf, so he's probably Sash, and that has at the very least broken his Sash, as he's going to go for the Earthquake, and almost certainly an Ice Shard. Oh no, that does... Oh, I burnt him. I was like, that does nothing. I burnt him. We're already... Oh, look at my face cam lagging. Oh god. This is going to be rough. I probably shouldn't have left it recording so long. My computer's probably going to burn out and you're never going to see this. I 100% want to get a Spike up. Like, there's no reason not. I'm so scared of clicking Dynamax as well. I don't want to get done for cheating. Week 1. I'm not confident about this matchup. I said a lot more in the team builder that I've said in this. I'm not confident about this matchup. The quality doesn't look too bad on my Elgato, actually. It doesn't look too rough. Maybe it does for you guys. I'm not confident in this matchup at all. We're probably in Ice Shard range. See, I could make the switch into Arcanine and Intimidate, save this. Do I need this? Do I need this to revenge kill anything? It's just taking big damage on Arcanine for seemingly no reason. Got a little bit of time, so I'm going to open the damage calc and see if I can figure out how much Arcanine does to a Mamoswine. My close combat should kill him, so I can revenge kill him pretty easily. I actually don't know that I definitely can. I'm just going to fire off the Shadow Ball. It's like unresisted against his team. As he goes into Hatterene. That's incredible. I just wanted some chip damage. One spike seems like enough. He was trying to bounce back the spikes. I get that. But that's fine. The reason that I'm not so fussed about spikes on my team, if he bounced them back, is because I do have Drill to spin, and he has no spin blocker, I don't think. Yeah, so I'm okay with that. But admittedly, I hadn't really worried too much about Hatterene and Magic Bounce. It's probably the kind of thing that in testing might have worried me a bit more. I can fire off another Shadow Ball, and I don't see what he can do. Like, he can go into... do you think Ice Beam kills if Shadow Ball did that much? I reckon it did. I don't want to let him into Hydreigon for no reason, or Braviary. So I'm just going to Ice Beam here, and I think it kills, because we are, like, max special attack. And if I lose my Yuki, then it... I did fucking nothing. I did nothing. I should have Shadow Balled. If I'd lost Yuki there, like, it wouldn't have mattered too much. We disabled his Side Shock. I should have Shadow Balled. That was loose. I didn't want to let in, like, Scarf Hydreigon for no reason, but then, you know, would that have mattered that much? If I go Gigalith... and I Heavy Slam here, we claim a KO. He has to go into what? Inteleon to revenge kill me? He could go Mamoswine, but Mamoswine's so weakened, that wouldn't be the end of the world. He could go Escavalier, that gives me Arcanine, that's not the end of the world. So I think this is a pretty solid way to KO him, because if I go into anything else, it kind of invites in... the Hydreigon, like, other than Whimsicott, which I'm not sure will KO from that Ice Beam damage. I think it would. Yeah, I think it would. But, I think the safest thing to kind of invite in here is the, either the Mamoswine again, which is burnt and severely neutered, or the, I'm just going to go for the Heavy Slam. I should outspeed this thing. I've got a fair amount of speed on my Gigalith, and I would be shocked, yeah. He probably would want to bring a min speed Hatterene, because if I was running like Trick Room Reuniclus, he probably wants to be able to underspeed me in Trick Room and beat me that way. So, because it took us so long to get set up, I've drank all my water. So now I'm so nervous as well, by the way. I should have said that in the intro. I'm so nervous. I don't usually do live comms, and OPJellicent is a player that's got the better of me consistently and in big games. So, and I don't love my matchup. And we both probably speed built, but Hatterene's gone, so I'm going to cross that off. I'm going to put a little star next to Mamoswine and say it's burnt. As Mamoswine does come back out here, this thing is still really useful, like really useful, so I don't think I should let it go. Golisopod doesn't do a great job of warning too much that like Arcanine couldn't deal with and other things couldn't deal with, so I think I'm just going to go hard Golisopod here. This thing could, like, it will still take a hit from Hydreigon. It will still take Scarf, like, flying hits from Braviary. And I'd like to get my rocks up at some point. As he gets his own rocks up, that's fine. My two rock weaknesses are heavy-duty boots in this game, so I can live with that. I do wish I'd gone for the Heavy Slam there, but it just didn't seem worth it. I know he's burnt, but it just didn't seem worth it. I don't think a burnt Stone Edge will send us out here, so do I need another Spike? Looking at his team, he's got, what, Inteleon, Escavalier, and Hydreigon. It would be nice for the Escavalier and for the Inteleon to put them in range of, but how does he switch into a Liquidation? Like, he doesn't particularly. Yeah, I'm going to go for Liquidation, because I think we need to make sure... One of the things that we don't want in this endgame is we don't want him to have lots of sacks, right? Like, that does nothing. So he didn't bring Stone Edge. One of the things as well, I should have said this, sorry. Once we saw Stealth Rocks on his set as well, it was likely he didn't have Stone Edge, because he pretty much wants Ice Shard for something like Extra, you know, could do a lot. He probably wants, I should have said this to Team Preview as well. I'm sorry, this is why post-com is so much easier for me, because you can get everything out that you need to get out. When we didn't see Torkoal, one of the things that I was thinking in my head is if we don't see Torkoal, Mamoswine is likely to be Rocks. That's why at the beginning thought likely Sash Rocks when he led with it. However, one of the problems with that is that it means that if he wants Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, and Earthquake, which I think he wants all of them for things like Excadrill and Sand, he probably wants Ice Shard. He probably wants Earthquake for things like my Steel type. I can't even remember off the top of my head. Where's my damn Steel type? Whatever it is. Either way, he probably, and Gigalith, stuff like that. And he probably wanted Stone Edge to be able to hit this thing. I was considering bringing an Arcanine on a balloon, because if he didn't have Stone Edge, then he literally couldn't touch Arcanine on a balloon. So, unfortunately, we don't have Leech Life, so I can't... What does this thing even do to me? But I can't do an awful lot to him. My first impression is still really, really useful, and so is my Aqua Jet priority for things like Hydreigon and stuff, so I don't need to take a necessary chip on this. I've got a Yachi Berry on Whimsicott, so if he makes the bold play here and Ice Beams, but that would be weird to Ice Beam into a Golisopod that I could easily leave in and Leech Life on you. I think that would be kind of loose. Air Slash. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I didn't know this thing got that. This is where my Gen 8 knowledge is just... Yeah, I'm going to die to Sand. I can't see. My screen crops out the That sucks because we lose our Tailwind now. Didn't know that thing got Air Slash, so that's where my Gen 8 knowledge comes into play. That really is rough because I don't revenge kill that thing particularly well now. I actually can just go GOLISOGOD and click First Impression now and force him out. What would he go into on a First Impression? He would probably go into a Scavalier. If he goes into a Scavalier, I can go into Arcanine. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I really want to Spike here, but it's not worth it. I'm going to First Impression, because if I can get rid of this thing, his team's actually pretty slow barring Scarfers. So, I forgot to cross out Mamoswine. Well, Mamoswine's dead as well. He does withdraw. I really wanted to just click Liquidation on the Scavalier, but it wasn't worth it. Braviary comes in. Oh, man, if I had Liquidation on this, that would have been fire. I was forgetting the rocks went up. That's not ideal. Because I've lost my Tailwind, I need to be super careful. I forgot this thing, he's got Defiant as well. Arcanine with Intimidate was a loose bring against the team with Braviary. He could just CC so easily. I could Aqua Jet for Chip. And then if I manage to get, if he does overpredict and click Close Combat, I'm in a really good spot. If he Brave Birds, I can bring in my Gigalith and get up Rocks. Then all I need to do is get a Rapid Spin off with my... How the hell am I going to Rapid Spin in this game? That's a problem. I'm going to Aqua Jet here. I don't know how I'm going to Rapid Spin. I almost need him to lock into Brave Bird here. Yeah, he does go for Close Combat. It does nothing. It does nothing. But it lowers his defense, which is huge because he probably won't take an Aqua Jet into another round of rocks. Do I just make the ballsy play in Liquidation here on the switch? I don't need a Spike anymore. A Spike is not useful to me. If he switched, it would be Inteleon. Do I want to predict this thing being Scarf? I kind of do. I kind of do. If he switches, it would be Inteleon, which I don't have an awful lot for. Maybe an Extreme Speed from Arcanine. It's not going to do enough. I have to Liquidation, I think. With Liquidation, we'll find out if he's Scarf, and that will be so valuable, like, to know. Okay, he's probably... Do we... Oh, we don't quite take it! Oh, I should have Aqua Jetted! Oh, I should have Aqua Jetted! I didn't think he'd stay in, to be honest. I didn't think he'd stay in, to be honest. Alright, this is fine, though, because Arcanine at -2, I think will kill with Extreme Speed. So, I'm just gonna... That was really loose. So he is almost certainly Scarf, I'd say. Braviary... Do I have time for this? I don't really have time for this. I mean, I don't have another play. Literally do not have another play. Well, I do. That's not true. That's not true. I do have another play. Oh, man. I wish I knew these calcs. I wish I'd mocked. 50... How much time have I got? I don't know how much time I've got. I think it's going to have to be this. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to do it. Because I don't know how much time I've got. I wish I knew these calcs better. I wish I was better prepped. So we should see the Defiant boost here. But Extreme Speed is KOing. So, yeah, sure. His Extreme Speed switching right now would be... Maybe I can Extreme Speed sweep him? Question mark. Later on in the game, not right now. His Extreme Speed switching would be a Scavalier, which would be super loose because the thing's going to take rocks. And then, alright, so we get rid of the Scarfer. That's huge. That's huge. Beautiful. That's really, really nice. So, Inteleon's going to come in. He's going to take another Spike. I wish I'd got a Spike up earlier with Golisopod, because the Spikes could be the way that we beat Inteleon in this game. How do I win? 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 I think Gigalith is completely useless now. Almost completely useless. I wonder if while we're doing this, whether I can calc to see whether he's got like specs or anything on this to do as much as he did to my Whimsicott. Like this should... I understand like this is a weird play. I am just sacking this. But I get Sandstorm Chip. Then I can first impression. Potentially, if he goes into Escavalier, then I can potentially get a spike up and try and put everything in range of extreme speed. This seems loose. How much does... That seems really loose, actually. I don't want to... Oh, cancel. Sorry, this is probably the worst commentary you've ever heard in a Draft League video. No, not level 150, you clown. Level 50. Empoleon... From my Arcanine's extreme speed is doing 40 to 47. Do I think he just surfs again? And do I make the play into Golisopod to do that? That would be very bad if I got that wrong. Yeah, there's no point. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I probably shouldn't have Earthquaked really, but it's fine. I wish I was Custapberry. Imagine if I was Custapberry Boom right there. Ooh. Or Custapberry Rocks even wouldn't be bad to chip down the thing. So I do 40 to 47 to this thing with my CC. But I have to go into Golisopod here with my CC, with my extreme speed, sorry. So he probably is fearing Scarf Drill right now. I don't think the problem with Drill is like I don't know when I'm going to get a Rapid Spin off. That's why I really wanted Tailwind Whimsicott. Because I don't know when I'm going to be able to Speed Boost to outspeed things like the Hydreigon and the well, the Hydreigon. The Hydreigon's the big problem. The Hydreigon's probably going to beat me. But I can First Impression here. I can First Impression. I could have spiked. I wanted to spike so bad, but this isn't the worst thing in the world for me. Takes a round of spikes. Do you think I can spin on this? What does he go for here? Do you think I can kill it with Liquidation? Question mark. Golisopod. Golisopod's strong, but that did quite a lot with... I doubt it, right? I doubt Liquidation kills. What's this thing called? Escavalier. Please have max HP as standard. It has pretty much, yeah. No, I don't want to change the gender. Level 50. Okay. No, my Liquidation's not doing anything. I need to preserve this thing's First Impression for sure. This is the easiest drill run of his life, but I think we'll take one, right? We should take one drill run from this thing, unless he's like banded. But then if he's banded, we get in. If he's banded, we probably lose. If he's banded, drill run, because I don't think we can. Megahorn, perfect. Perfect. He doesn't want to run the risk of me Liquidation in, I guess. So here we Flare Blitz. I can't make a double. Yeah, we Flare Blitz. We Flare Blitz for sure. He will probably go into Empoleon. I think he's going to win. I think he's going to... Oh, he doesn't sack. Man, I nearly CC'd. I was nearly like... I think if I'd taken longer there, because I don't think we could win from that position. I think I had to CC there. I think that was the only way we could win. Do you know what? We might be able to put this thing down into range of... No, the sand runs out. Ugh. I could dodge a Draco. Could dodge it. If he Dracos, I probably set up with Drill and win the game. Maybe. Do we think double extreme speed kills him? I'm gonna extreme speed anyway. Like, it's definitely my best play. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. Get chip off on this thing. It's always valuable. Then we can go into Golisopod, because you can't Dark Pulse flinch me if I extreme speed as well. So it's always my play. Man, I wish I'd CC'd. I wish I'd had some balls there. Alright, maybe this is how we do it. Unless he's like physical Earthquake as well, which would be heat if he was. He could be Scarf, in which case he'll outspeed my Drill at +1 anyway. Do I have another out if that's the case? I go into... No, because I'm just going to lose. I'm just going to lose if I... This is it. This is game. We got to go for it. We got to go for it. This is game. If he's physical with like Superpower or Earthquake, fair play to him. I've got to hope that one spike was enough. I wish I'd got greedy earlier on. I wish I'd made more aggressive plays, but I didn't. So I'm going to spin here, get the speed boost. Should be faster than Empoleon. I'm hoping that Braviary was Scarf. That's literally my prayer in this game, because it's not like if you're expecting he's going for the flinch. I think that's his best out as well. So we know he's not Scarf. We know he's not Scarf. Hopefully this sweeps. Hopefully this sweeps. We got a Spike Up. We got a Soft Sand. This was the game plan, like to try and get Drillin to Rapid Spin, Speed Boost, and Sweep, or Tailwind with Whimsicott, and then Arcanine or Excadrill Sweep. Hopefully this is right. I should have clicked Iron Head rather than Earthquake, shouldn't I? Really, because like, what if I forgot Mold Breaker? What if I'm Sandra? Should I just Earthquake this thing and then die? That would be really funny. I just clicked Earthquake because it's my strongest stab. That would be really funny if I had sent the wrong team to mid and I'd got Sandrush right now. Ooh. I could have, maybe I should have Rapid Spin again for Scarf Empoleon, but like that felt like a losing play if he like crit me, or if I was in range of like a Fire Blast now and he had that and he went for it after the Dark Pulse trying to get a flinch and then went for the Fire Blast, say, after putting me in range of it, knowing that a -2 Fire Blast wouldn't kill instantly. Yeah, there we go. I think he had to Draco to kill the Arcanine, otherwise I close combated, and then Arcanine could have E-speeded the Empoleon after Rock Spike, and would have killed that, and then would have Flare Blitzed the Escavalier. So I think he had to Draco. It's just unfortunate that that loses him the game, because even if we don't outspeed this, actually another reason that is better that we didn't Rapid Spin twice and risk getting crit by the Hydreigon or whatever, is that even if he kills this, we've still got Golisopod with First Impression, haven't we? Aquajet's cool tech. That's cool tech, but I'm pretty sure Golisopod's still in the back, right? I'm pretty sure. We still got Golisopod in the back. So, whew, I have been trembling the whole way through that. That timer is more hectic than I thought. I've been watching other people, and I've been like, the time is easy. It's a little bit stressful, especially when you're not well prepped. GG to my man, so, and OPJellicent, great guy. I believe he's uploading this on the Core Enforcers channel, so go and check him out. He was UBL champion last season. Very good player. Has beaten me many times. So definitely go and check him out. But yeah, next week we'll be back. We're going up against Kreselle, who I've never played before but have spoken to a few times and is super nice as well. The UBL honestly is a great league full of really nice people. It's a privilege to be a part of it. But yeah, and a huge thank you, if you're still here, to the OPJellicent for taking all the time to get this sorted with me. I appreciate it. And being so good with scheduling with me going on holiday and stuff. Anyway guys, I'm going to shut up now because I have a tendency to ramble on. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Man, that was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was weird doing live comp. Actually, before we go, I'm going to just try and recap. So, I feel like in that game, I could have made more aggressive plays, and it would have worked out better. I definitely was nervous. I'll be straight up here. Like, this is stuff that I talk about in my post-com. So, if you're still around, and if you find this interesting, then I'm going to talk about it in my live com too. I 100%, you probably noticed, was very nervous. I was probably talking very fast, probably shaking a little bit. And I rushed through that game. I did not take my time to think things. Like, I could feel myself doing it. There were more aggressive plays I could have made. And I can't claim that when he Draco'd my Arcanine, that was really me achieving great positioning and knowing that would be the case to set up my Excadrill to sweep. For example, if you was Specs Earth Power Hydreigon, then that would have won him the game. So it wasn't like I was like, hey, I'm really carefully positioning this to force the Draco to win me the game. I won't try and claim that. I should send him a GG as well, Jesus, actually, while I'm rambling on. But yeah, it was kind of I think he just messaged me saying, like, caught me on that play with the Golisopod. I think that's what I really wanted to say at the beginning of the video, and I forgot, along with the Torkoal, Mamoswine, Rock situation that I didn't explain, the removal, all that good stuff. I felt that my matchup wasn't good here, and I felt that at some point I had to make a big call to get it right, and I thought it would be on the Mamoswine. I thought I would have to, like, stay in with, like, my... I don't know, stay in with my... I don't bloody know. Whimsicott on his Mamoswine predicting like a Stone Edge, predicting my Golisopod. I thought it would be some sort of interaction like that where I'd have to make a big prediction because I felt like the match was against us where I had to be aggressive. In this game, it turned out to be on the Braviary, and I might have lost if he'd Brave Birded. It was definitely a risky play, and if in his commentary he's like, I don't agree with that play, that wasn't the right play, I get it. Like, I'm not gonna... Sometimes you hear people say that in commentary, like, I don't get why my opponent did that, that was a losing play, whatever. And sometimes they're right, but the other person is also right for making that play, because there are some situations in certain matchups or certain positions that you get into where you have to take a risk, and like if you don't make it, you're going to lose anyway. So you make a play that sure that might lose you the game 10 turns faster, but if it comes off, it might win you the game, right? It's risk versus reward. Both sides can be correct in those situations. So anyway, the point is, if you were watching that, I don't think that was a great example of how to play this game. I think my positioning was loose, but I think the important thing there to take away from this, because in my post comms I always try and have a takeaway, and I don't want to lose that in live comms. The important thing to take away there is that I kind of didn't get too greedy at points where I didn't need to. So we got up to 1 layer of spike. That was all I needed to really do pressure. I took the KOs when the KOs came because I knew this would be a sack heavy game. With my team, I didn't have switch-ins to things, so I was going to have to sack the bloomin' rock Gigalith to surf, right? I was going to have to make those plays because I brought such an offensive team. Which reminds me, if you guys have watched this far, I said it in the team builder, but I forgot to say at the beginning of this one, I'm cutting the team builder. If you have nicknames for Arcanine and Golisopod, say it down below, because I don't have nicknames for them. I forgot to say it at the beginning of the video. But yeah, we just got up the 1 spike. We took the KOs. When the Hatterene KO became available, we took the Hatterene KO. When the Mamoswine was available to Shadow Ball, we didn't get greedy and go for the extra spike, because we got up 1, and that was all we really needed to pressure things. And the damage on Mamoswine would have been more reliable for revenge killing it with something like Arcanine or Drill than... Excuse me. or Golisopod, then getting up another spike would have been useful, because as you see there, 1 spike was all we needed to chip things round. We were forcing switches. When you play such an offensive build, you're going to force switches anyway. We had a ton of priority with E-Speed and Aqua Jet and First Impression, so I felt like the way, the style that I wanted to play the game in terms of taking KOs when they became available, getting up the hazard to pressure him, forcing him to do more switching, and making sure that I had enough sacks, and then somehow managed to get the Rapid Spin Drill Sweep, which was the design of the build. That's why I ran Mold Breaker Drill this game, because I felt like it could do that. Although in the actual matchup, I was like, he hasn't brought anything I can spin on, unless Hydreigon loaded stats, which it did. So I think even though I played a little loose in my positioning, by keeping in mind what my overall playstyle would be and my overall game plan would be, we were able to still see that one through. And as I say, making 1 aggressive play to turn the momentum of the game where I needed to, because dropping his Braviary like that, but basically, even though it took my Golisopod to below 50% and forced me out of the emergency exit and got my Arcanine in for free, by putting him in a position where he had to let me E-Speed him, or he had to go into something else that died to E-Speed, or he had to go into a Scavalier, which didn't die to E-Speed, but then died to Flare Blitz, it really put him in such a difficult position, because we were forcing those sacks, and that's what we needed to win the offense race, the sack race. So it's just those kind of things. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I don't want to lose. The thing that I think my channel did, that was my niche, if you like, was I felt that I always tried to give a takeaway where I could. Things that we could learn moving forwards, things that we did well, things that we didn't do so well. That game, I think I got too nervous, and that's something that people don't talk about enough, mental state in Pokemon, but I got too nervous and I lost sight of my actual running thing. OBS is telling me that it's crashed, so this might not even be recording. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for living around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.